So we're here at the Vigil in Burlington for the people who are lost in Orlando, Florida. And I've been thinking about a message that I would give, because we are Orlando, absolutely. I'm thinking about a message I would give to any future Omar teens, any people who feel that by killing people with different orientations or race, that it's going to quiet them. And I would say that to anyone who could hear this message, who feels like that's the answer, I would say that all it does is unite us and unify us. And like my favorite flower, the dandelion, you mow us over and we pop back up. And then more than one pops back up, 17 pop back up. But I don't know if you can see, because I'm so short, the number of people that are here, but there's already hundreds. 7%. And that is amazing, and it's more than just people with different identities. It's allies and straight people. So we send this out. Now you have to meet this. People coming over out there. Everybody's standing right here right now. Who are ready to speak our minds?
Bars have been central to the LGBTQ culture. It is a place where we can be who we are. We see our family. We see the people who accept us, who embrace us. It is a place that we go for refuge from a really hostile world. And even that safety was taken from most of us when the shooting happened. Here in Vermont, we have the Pride Center of Vermont. We have Outright, and we have Green Mountain Crossroads. These are our safe spaces here, and I encourage anybody who wants to come and talk to come and find us. What I want you to know is that with all the hate rhetoric that we keep hearing from political leaders, not anyone here tonight, pretty sure in the LGBTQ anti-violence movement that this is making violence against our communities spike. So tonight we want to stand in solidarity with one another.
It says a whole lot about our great city to see so many people out here this evening. Thank you all for being here. And let me thank Kim and Vermont Pride for organizing this important event. Jane and I are very proud to be here with you tonight. On any given Saturday night, the American people from coast to coast. They like to get out and they like to dance and they like to party. And that is what people were doing in Orlando, Florida on Saturday night. But then they were shot and they were killed with a military-style assault weapon. Over 50 more were wounded, 49 were killed in the worst mass shooting in the history of our country. And I know I speak for everyone here in offering our condolences to the families who lost their loved ones and our hopes and prayers for a full recovery for all those who were wounded. It is impossible to fully understand what goes on in the sick mind of somebody who commits an atrocity like this. Was he motivated by the ideology of some fanatic Islamic organization which believes that it is heroic to shoot down, to mow down dozens of innocent men and women? Was he motivated by homophobia and hatred of the gay community? Was he motivated by some kind of dislike to the United States, the country in which he was born and raised? Was he suicidal and wanted to end his life by taking many with him? We may never know the answers to those questions, but this is what we do know and must never forget. We know that one hateful person committed this terrible crime, not an entire people or an entire religion. The Muslim people did not commit this horror. A man named Omar Martin did. To blame an entire religion for the acts of a single individual is bigotry, pure and simple. It is not what this country is about and not what this city is about. Hatred and to create the kind of nation based on love that we all know we can become. As Kim just mentioned, our job is not to allow politicians, Mr. Trump or anyone else, to divide us up by where our family came from, the color of our skin, our religion, or our sexual orientation. Our job is to take pride in our diversity, to bring our people together and not let hatred divide us up.
Yeah.
We know that ISIS is a barbaric organization, and we know that it must be destroyed. But what we also know right now is that more than any other people on earth, it is the Muslim people who have been hurt by ISIS by the hundreds of thousands. And we also know, by the way, that it is Muslim troops on the ground today who are leading the fight to destroy ISIS and pushing them back and defeating them in Iraq and Syria. Muslim troops. The last point that I would make is all of you know that the weapon used in Orlando was legally purchased. And it is time for us to really rethink something that I have believed for decades, whether or not it makes sense for people today to be able to walk into a store and purchase a military-style weapon which has one purpose and one purpose alone, and that is to kill people. So let me just conclude by taking great pride in our extraordinary community. It is great to be back with you today, and Jane and I thank you so much for all that you have done. Thank you.
On behalf of all faith groups here in Vermont, we're here to show solidarity and to mourn and grieve with the victims and with their families. And to tell you one thing, that whatever happens, we're very outraged that someone committed such a crime against humanity. And that person only represents himself. It does not represent me. It does not represent Islam. It does not represent Muslims here in America or anywhere else in the world. America is the best place to be in to practice your faith, whether you are a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew or a Buddhist or an atheist. And anyone betrays this trust and this freedom will have to answer to God. So again, very sorry. Very outraged at what happened. Muslims have faced a tough time here in Vermont, and we're being supported by the faith groups and by the law enforcement agents. And we're here just to pay you back this solidarity and to tell you we're here behind you to support you. And what happened is evil, and evil has no place here. Thank you.